This is a story time of how I found out that someone has been working witchcraft over my life, and I found out who it was a couple weeks ago. Let me start off by saying that witchcraft does run in both my bloodlines of the family. I am Jamaican. I just never believed in it, and I always thought that if I don't believe in something, that it can't reach me. But boy, was I wrong. So I'm gonna start by 2 years ago, which was everything went downhill for my life. Prior to this, my business was up, business was booming, bought my car, everything. I was prospering. I moved into a new place, and a couple months into that, I actually had a rapture dream. And the dream was God was calling me. So I took that very serious. Couple months after that, me and this person wasn't talking at this time, but a couple months after that, I got into a car accident. The day of my accident, I just felt uneasy and I felt like something was gonna happen. I just didn't know what. 5 minutes later, after I left my house, I got into a car accident that left me with back injury, nerve damage in my arm and my knee. Again, I wasn't speaking to that person at the time, but I had to speak to them in order to sort out my car situation. So we rekindled whatever, we're cool, whatever. Couple months after that, I had a sleep paralysis in my dream. I was sleeping on my stomach this time, and I just felt a dark figure overshadowing over me, and I just couldn't move. But I was awake mentally or whatever. I didn't read the Bible as much growing up or whatever, but for some reason I recited this one Bible verse in my head, and that's how I woke up out of that. It was the walking through the valley of death, shadow valley of death, whatever. See, I don't even know it right now by heart, but I knew it in my sleep to wake up. Then I ended up having to move, and I moved into a new place. This person didn't know where I moved, but they ended up getting my address because they wanted to deliver something to me or ship something to me or whatever. Ever since then, things started to take a turn. Let me say this, I didn't pick up on any of these things until a couple weeks ago when I asked God to reveal these things to me. I started seeing flies in my house, black flies, like regular flies. And it was like I was killing 6 to 10 flies a day. There was no open spaces in my house for me to see where the flies were coming from. Like I was spending day and night trying to figure out where they're coming from. Until I found out that's one of the signs that someone is working witchcraft over you. And it was just so ironic when they found out my address that all these things are happening. The next thing is I've been having snake dreams. And when I mean snake dreams, I'm talking thousands of snakes in my dream. Until I found out that's another sign of somebody working witchcraft over you. Take your dream serious. This person had delivered something to my house, and I had it in my house because it was furniture. I ended up losing my place and had to find somewhere else. For the past 2 years, my mental health has been so bad. I've been stagnant. I've been in a repetitive cycle in my life, and I just could not figure out what it was. I had to stop running my hair business because of this. I had finance issues. I've lost my job, like a whole bunch of stuff. And it's like every time I don't speak to this person, this is what happened. Until a couple weeks ago, I deleted all my social media so the person no longer has access to know what I'm doing.
Number one, you feel overcome with depression. Like out of nowhere, you're just overcome with a wave of depression. You're even having feelings of unaliving yourself. Number two, your money is literally going down the drain. You can't explain it. You don't know where it's going to. You still have the same expenses, but somehow your money just disappears. Number three, things in your house are just randomly breaking, like left and right. Yesterday was the microwave, today is the fridge, tomorrow is like the dryer. Like you can't explain it. 4, you are overcome with a rodent infestation, whether it's roaches, whether it's rats, whether it's just ants. You can't explain it. You now have some sort of infestation. And number 5, your feet have started to swell. Out of nowhere, you now have all this water retention in the bottom half of you, or you have developed like a boil on your feet overnight. This means that you stepped on something that you weren't supposed to step on.
Peace, soul family. What's up? I'm back with another message for you guys today, and this one's pretty important, okay? I know many of you guys have heard of the term monitoring spirits or watcher spirits, things like that. I wanted to go over 6 unique signs that often go missed that kind of can alert you that you have monitoring spirits, okay? Now listen, if any of these signs resonate with you, there are things you can do. I'll get to that in the reading, and ways you can clear your energy, okay? Now, if there are signs that you have experienced that I have not listed, please help somebody out in the comments and list them in the comments below, and also share your experiences, okay guys? Because we're here to help each other. That is the goal. If you were one of my followers, or if you came across my reading, Ashe, that's the alarm that just went off. You're supposed to hear this message, okay? So let's get started. Okay, so what are monitoring spirits? Monitoring spirits are entities that are disembodied or can't latch on to actual people, designed specifically to monitor you, your spiritual progress, your worldly progress, your relationships. They keep a watchful eye and report back to said entity, principality, person to alert them of what you have going on for the use of stopping, delaying, or all out taking your blessings. Okay, sign number 1 that you could have a monitoring spirit is random interruptions when you are talking about what you have going on, your partner, how much money you make. And by random interruptions, I mean the phone rings, your voice cracks, you start coughing, a person automatically has to get up and leave. There's a loud bang outside, something that alerts you right in the middle of you sharing some sort of accomplishment or blessing with someone, okay? That doesn't mean that the person you're talking to is a monitoring spirit. Now, you will have to use your discernment on that. It just means that there could be monitoring spirits and energies within the conversation, whether they're attached to you or that person, that could possibly delay or bring some sort of harm to you and your blessings or whatever you are sharing with that person. Sign number 2 that you could have a monitoring spirit is seeing gnats or flies or random like insects that don't belong in the home, and they're just popping up in random spots. Now, if you have decaying fruit and different things in your home, your home is kind of not on the clean side, you can maybe clean it up first and then see if they come back. But if you know that you keep your home relatively clean, you don't have any random open windows where little critters and gnats could get in, that could be a sign that you have a monitoring spirit. And yes, they can take form of gnats, flies, different random insects that, like I said, you have never seen before, especially if they show up during a time where, hey, you're working on a project, you are journaling and writing about your goals, or you are listening to a reading for yourself. That could be a sign that you are being monitored. Guys, remember to stay tuned to the very end, because I'm going to give you some tips on how to clear your energy and combat these monitoring spirits, okay? But first, let's get to sign number 3. Sign number 3 that you could have a monitoring spirit is seeing articles or videos like this alerting you to the fact that you could have a monitoring spirit in your energy and that you are being spiritually surveillance, okay? When I say spiritual surveillance too, that means people could be getting readings on you, trying to, stay ahead of what you're doing in order to cause delay to what you're working on, or to, like I said, to even sabotage or take it from you. Okay. So yes, seeing videos like these, articles like these popping up on your phone. I know everybody talks about the algorithm and the phones are listening, and yeah, that could be the truth. However, please take this as a sign that you could have a monitoring spirit. Sign number 4 that you could have a monitoring spirit. And guys, listen, this one kind of goes maybe unnoticed a little more because people kind of dismiss it as paranoia or whatever, but you actually feel like you're being watched. Okay. You could be home alone, sitting in your home, and all of a sudden, look, I'm about to sneeze now. This sign right there. All of a sudden, you start to feel like there are eyes on you. You start to feel like someone's listening to your phone conversation and you're at home alone. That could be a sign that you have a monitoring spirit. Now, I am not a licensed professional, but if you start hearing voices and feel a sense of paranoia and dread and fear that you could be harmed by whatever's watching you, please go seek help, okay? But, if you just feel like, dang, why? I know I'm home alone, but I feel like something's here with me, or something's watching me while I'm working on this project once again, or while I'm on the phone, or while I'm sharing my good news with someone. That could be a monitoring spirit. Number 5 that you could have a monitoring spirit, and this kind of piggybacks on number 4. You feel like you see shadows and random movements in your peripheral vision, okay? Especially, and I'll circle back, when you are talking about something that means a lot to you, planning something that means a lot to you, talking about a new relationship, talking about a new job, talking about a move that you want to make, and all of a sudden you look out the corner of your eye because you see something moved over there, or you hear something in the back room. That could be signs of a monitoring spirit, guys, and I'm getting chill bumps here, and that could also be a sign of a monitoring spirit. All chills aren't bad per se. It could just mean that the Holy Spirit is close and near, but also depending on what we're talking about, and we're talking about monitoring spirits right now in this video, that could definitely be a sign that you have a monitoring spirit. Okay, guys, before I get to this sixth and final unique sign that you have spiritual surveillance or monitoring spirits, remember at the end of this video, I'm going to go over ways that you can combat these monitoring spirits and clear your energy for good, okay? Sign number 6 that you could have a monitoring spirit. And listen, guys, this, unless you're really tapped in and you in spirit like this and you are a psychic, a seer, or you have foresight, this could definitely be chalked up to just bad luck or coincidence. But if there's always something going down on your big day, whether it be a birthday, an anniversary, a personal milestone, a spiritual milestone, some people celebrating you, people wanting to show you love, everybody showing up for you, it's always some catastrophic event, or something happens, or the cake was dropped, or so-and-so got in an accident on the way, or you lost your car keys. Things like that could be signs of a monitoring spirit, especially if you have shared plans on social media that you're having something, or, you've shared with your family and friends. And again, this doesn't mean that your family and friends are monitoring spirits. They could be. You have to use your discernment on that. This just means that you have forces watching you, watching your progress, watching what you have going on, and doing things to try to intervene, to bring chaos, destruction, and like I said, even end or take certain milestones and certain celebrations from you. So keep a watchful eye on that one. That one's super important. If something always comes up on your big day, or when you have a big moment or an event, or a child's birthday party, even something that you're looking forward to, and all of a sudden shit just starts going left, that is a sign that you have a monitoring spirit, okay? So stay tuned, because I'm going to go over some ways that you can combat these monitoring spirits. All right, so these are some ways that you can protect yourself from monitoring spirits and spiritual surveillance. 1 is clean your space, okay? Keep a clean and tidy living space. Dark spirits or evil spirits or monitoring spirits cannot habitate in a clean space for too long, okay? So clean up your room, your house, wherever you spend the most time. Clean up those areas, and then spiritually clean those areas. We cannot only just focus on the physical cleaning and neglect the spiritual cleaning of things. Once you physically clean your area, go back through with some sage, or some, if that is part of your culture, or some incense, kapal. There's different ways you can spiritually cleanse your space, but do that. Cleanse your space, okay? Another way is prayer and meditation. Pray to the God you serve, or goddess you serve, or the ancestors, or, whoever it is that you pray to. Pray and ask for them to reveal the monitoring spirits for you, or to give you more clarity around monitoring spirits, and trust and believe they will do it. Also, if you're into meditation, meditate and ask, spirit, hey, what do I need to do about these monitoring spirits? Am I being monitored? Give me confirmation that I'm being monitored, okay? Some other ways that you can protect yourself from monitoring spirits are protective stones, especially the black stones like the black tourmaline, the onyx, the black obsidian, shungite, different black stones. Oh, and amethyst works as well, okay? Are said to target darker energies. And I don't want to say, because dark's not always bad. I would say evil or malevolent forces, okay? So those are some ways that you can combat them. And the final way, and what I would recommend, is seeking guidance from a spiritual healer or spiritual leader that you trust. If you do feel like you are under a spiritual surveillance and you would like for me to find out, I do specialize in those things. You can shoot me an email or shoot me a DM wherever you're watching this, and we can get to the nitty gritty, and I can let you know what's up, okay? But remember, this is a collective reading, so it's not going to resonate for everyone. But if you're watching this, you probably have some sort of monitoring spirit, or you just need to take note and beware of them, okay? So let me know if that resonated below. Remember to leave your comments and your tips below as well. Until next time, love y'all. Peace.